Jyotka hai phone pe? Jyotka hai phone pe? And Professor Surinder Singh Jyotka, the sociologist from JNU, joins us on the phone line right now. Professor Jyotka, can you hear my voice, sir?
Yes, I can.
Sir, what do you think could have really gone wrong with the men there in Guwahati on that particular night when they just went berserk, molesting a girl, a minor girl, and then following that incident, I mean, people are certainly talking and debating as to what kind of social values there are in the society, what kind of family values are we giving to our children?
The social values in our society already there. I mean, we are a very strongly patriarchal society, and masculine power tries to, in a sense, intimidate women who try to come out of their homes and try to lead a kind of normal life as individuals, as dignified individuals. I think this is not something which is unexpected or first time happening. It keeps happening almost every other day. It's just that this item has become kind of a news item. Of course, it's very condemnable, but it also reflects the kind of society we live in, where men feel that they can get away by doing anything. And I think this masculine power, which in a sense doesn't get criticized much, and invariably when such incidents happen, people tend to start blaming the victim, that she shouldn't have worn jeans, she shouldn't have gone out, she shouldn't have had friends with whom she would have kind of, gone to a pub or whatever. So I think the way society responds to these things, there's a very strong patriarchal mindset which kind of gets socialized, and somehow, media has made it into an issue which is very good, but at the same time, I think it also reflects the violent nature of our society and how anti-women it is.
But Professor Jyotka, we have our society has rather, I would say, matured in all these years. I mean, as a sociologist, how do you really look at this, from sati pratha to something like a law on on preventing the women against domestic violence? We have certainly grown, but at the same time, we keep saying that the laws are not sufficient. The policing is not adequate.
No, you're absolutely right. As a legal political system, as middle classes, we have all the ideas with us. We have all the legislations, but unfortunately our social fiber has not changed much. The kind of family systems we have, the kind of so-called great value system we have, it continues to be anti-women in many different ways. Sex ratios are declining. There's so much of indication of that. So there's no point in blaming the state or blaming absence of legal procedure. I think people need to also start questioning the way they bring up their children, the way they bring up their sons, more than the way they bring up their daughters. I mean, men are given this sense that, they can get away with anything. They control everything, and they feel that their, power is indefinite, infinite. So I think that is where we need to work. I mean, that's where we need to kind of question that the burden doesn't come on women. The burden should come on men. If you have to have curtailment, you have to curtail men from going out after 9 o'clock or when they are drinking or whatever is the case. Invariably, the burden comes on women. That's how our society reacts. And this is something that we need to reflect on. I mean, we can't just keep blaming the legal system. Yes, police has to respond immediately. Political system has to be accountable and has to take responsibility. No doubt about that. But this is a larger social malice which reflects itself in various ways, in prejudice against women in different ways. And it is not the first time it's happening. I would again reiterate that legally we have everything, but socially we have not moved very far.
That's right. And in fact, even in Guwahati, we have seen a similar incident even in the past happening to an Adivasi girl.
Really, it happens every other day. It's not, you don't have to go to Guwahati. It happens everywhere.
Certainly. It's just not the state capital. It's happening right here in the nation's capital. But what actions are we really taking is very important here. Professor Jyotka, thanks very much for giving us an insight into this entire issue. Ms. Sundararaman,
yes,
it's a very, the call has been made that
I agree totally with Pranjal and the Professor Jyotka that